Welcome to the prerequisites in physical science is matter pure from class 9th. Now we are discuss some more physical and some more separation methods which we have to separate the components in a mixture. Let us see. So the separation method is crystallization. Crystallization is used for separation of dissolved substances from a liquid. So when a solid particles or a solid substance which can be dissolved completely in a liquid, this cannot be separated by a method of sedimentation, decantation, sieving or filtration. So it should have some more separation method so that by the help of crystallization method, we can separate the dissolved substances from a liquid. Let us see how crystallization happens. Take some salt in a china dish, petri dish, add some water. That means we are preparing the salt solution. Afterwards, we have to mix it very well, and now the salt solution is ready. From this solution, we have to separate the salt which is already dissolved in this solution. That means we are going to separate the salt from the salt solution by heating. That means here we are applying the method of crystallization. So stir well continuously. After heating, liquid particles, that means the water which is present in that solution, slowly evaporating from that solution. So you can observe that salt is remaining, it is becoming as the precipitate at the bottom of that petri dish. So slowly on heating, all the liquid particle or the water which is present in that solution will slowly evaporate from that solution. So finally we can see the salt is becoming crystallization, or the salt will be remaining in the petri dish. So by heating we are completely evaporate all the water which is present. So finally we get the salt from that salt solution. Like this we can separate the salt from a salt solution by using crystallization method. Do you know water is generally evaporated in sunlight? So generally salt is not prepared from crystallization, but it is prepared from some other method in a big scale or a large scale. So we use this property while extracting salt from seawater. So we build some wider ponds and all the seawater will be transferred to the wide pans only. So then we expose these salt water to the sunlight. After days, some more days, we are allowing this salt water to expose the sunlight. So the water which is present in the salt solution slowly evaporated from the solution, and finally the salt will remain in that wide ponds. So in this process we prepare the salt from seawater. So this method is based on the evaporation techniques. That's why this method is also known as evaporation. So salt is prepared from seawater by the help of evaporation in large scales. Next method is distillation. Distillation is used to separate two miscible liquids. When two miscible liquids are mixed together, how can we separate these two miscible liquids? So by the help of distillation method. Let us see how this distillation happens. Do you know when we get sick, we used to take some injections. So doctor take the powder and he injected some water to that powder and prepare a solution. Then only he took into the syringe and he will inject onto our body. What kind of water that is called? That is called distilled water. And distilled water is prepared by this process called distillation. Let us see how we can make a distilled water from a normal water. Let us see. Set the apparatus as shown in the figure. Take some water in the conical flask, fix with rubber cork and pass and fix it a delivery tube, and fix at the end of the another end of the delivery tube, fix a test tube. Heat the water which is present in the conical flask. After some time, the water which is present in the conical flask will started boiling. So after boiling, the liquid water is changed to gaseous state. That is nothing but water vapor. This water vapor is allowed to pass through this delivery tube which already we fixed to that, and after passing through this delivery tube, it reaches slowly it reaches to the second and other end of the delivery tube, and which is fixed with a test tube. So after some time, after boiling all the water vapor will be collected in that test tube, and let the test tube will cool, then we can get the distilled water. So we can easily get the distilled water with the help of distillation. Next method is sublimation method. What is sublimation property? The process in which a substance changes directly from solid to gas form and vice versa is called sublimation. That means when we heat a solid, it directly transfers to solid state to gaseous state. This type of property is known as sublimation property. So some substances have the sublimation property. Let us see what are the sublimation property having substances. Example, camphor, naphthalene, iodine and ammonium chloride. These substances are having the properties of sublimation, that on heating they will be directly changes from solid state to gaseous state. That's why these are called sublimating properties. Substances or this property is known as sublimation property. Let us see what is the sublimation method. This method is used when one of the component present in the mixture should have the sublimation property. In a mixture, one of the component is having that sublimation property, then we can easily separate that component by using sublimation method. So let us see how this sublimation takes place. So here salt and camphor, they are looking same. They are same in color, size, but they are different in their odor, smell. But when these two components are mixed together, we have to separate the salt and camphor. For this, we take some camphor powder in a china dish or a petri dish, add some salt to this and mix this mixture. So in this mixture there are two components, camphor and salt. By covering these petri dish or china dish with a funnel which is plugged with the cotton, then heat the petri dish. Already we know that in that components, one of the component is camphor. Camphor has the property of sublimation. That means camphor will directly changes from solid state to gaseous state on heating. We can observe white dense fumes are trapping in that funnel. So all the camphor which is present in the mixture, it is directly changes from solid state to gaseous state. This property is known as sublimation property. If one of the component in the mixture is having sublimation property, we can easily separate the component by using this sublimation method. So we can observe clearly in that funnel, all the camphor is getting changes into the state of gases. So all the camphor is deposited and collected in that funnel in the white color. So let us see, there are the two components are separated. So the camphor is settled in the funnel and the remaining salt will be remain in that petri dish. So in the petri dish the salt will be remain, and in the funnel the camphor funnels, and after cooling we can get the camphor powder. By scratching that funnel we can get the camphor powder also. So by this sublimation method we can easily separate the camphor and the salt. The next method is chromatography. In this method we can separate the different color components which are present in a single color. So chromatography can be separated a color components which are present in a single color. Let us see how this chromatography technique takes place. Take a piece of chalk and mark with a black color sketch. Draw a mark on the chalk piece. Then take some water in the dish and dip the chalk piece. Just care should be taken that the mark should not dip in that water. So just little above the mark, and the water should be filled in that petri dish. So observe carefully, the water will be absorbed by the piece of the chalk and slowly the water will rise up, and after some time the line which we have already drawn with the black color sketch is going to be broader and it is going to be separated with some color patterns. Observe closely and carefully, and we can see some color patterns in that chalk piece line which we have already drawn with the help of black color sketch. So after some time we can see the clear patterns of the black color. So that means black color is a combination of pink, yellow and a blue color. So there is 3 kinds of color components are present in that black color. So in this process, we can separate the color components of black. Separation of different materials from a mixture. So every time there is no need of using only single separation method. Sometimes we may use different separation techniques to separate different types of mixtures. Sometimes we use different separation methods to separate different materials from a mixture. For example, in this mixture, we have to separate the lightweight material husk and sand and salt and pebbles, what that means is rocky materials. So for this, first we can use the hand picking method. By using the hand picking method, we can easily separate the stones which are present in that mixture. Then we can dissolve all these mixture in the water. So all the solid substances which are heavier, they settle at the bottom of the beaker or the glass, and the husk will be float on the lid. So this is called sedimentation, and afterwards we can easily use the decantation method and we can separate the clear water. That means, and afterwards we can use the filtration method also. By filtrating, we can easily separate the husk particles which are present in that salt solution, and salt completely dissolved in that water. So the water, the clear water contains the salt solution. So with the help of the crystallization, we can easily separate the salt from the salt solution. That means in this techniques are to separate the different types of components from this mixture, we are used first hand picking, then sedimentation process, then decantation, afterwards followed by filtration, then we use crystallization. So by hand picking we separate the stones, by sedimentation we separate the sand particles, by decantation we separate the cleared water with husk, by filtration we separate the husk, and by crystallization process we separate the salt from the solution. That means sometimes we use different types of separation methods based on the properties of the components which are present in a mixture. So there is no need of always picking up one separation method. We can use different separation methods at a time to separate the different components in a mixture based upon the size and shape and the physical properties which are present in the components. Now let us have the evaluation. In the below situations, what method may be used to separate components from the mixture? So there are 4 situations given. First situation is how to separate sugar from sugar solution. So let us think and find out the answer. And the second situation is fine mud particles suspended in water. How can we separate the fine mud particles which are suspended in the water? Which type of separation techniques here we can apply? And the third one is the naphthalene and salt mixture. In that mixture, there are the 2 components, naphthalene and salt. How can we separate naphthalene and salt separately? Find out the suitable separation method for this situation. And last, separation of tea leaves from tea. How can we separate the tea leaves from the tea? So think carefully and identify the suitable separation techniques for the 4 given situations. So that's all for the prerequisites class. Thank you.